What's the deal, you guys? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new review of the Braxtons Season 2, Episode 6. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday night, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, y'all? Listen, I know that this review was supposed to be Friday night and Saturday night, and yesterday. Okay, number one, Friday night, we got out of confessional so goddamn late. So my bill collector review had to be, late that night. Supposed to do it yesterday, but then we had to film like this late ass emergency ass scene that's probably not gonna see the light of day until the goddamn reunion. So I had to get up and do that. So this had to be pushed back until today. And now that all this has been pushed back, this has been pushed back to today. LAMH is also pushed back until today. And then I'm going to do Potomac tomorrow morning in time for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And speaking of the Whether You Like It or Not panel, you guys, today is the 5-year anniversary of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. I'm going to probably do some. I'm probably gonna post something on my social media after this is over with, just to celebrate it and just celebrate everybody that ever graced the Whether You Like It or Not panel as an official panelist. The Whether You Like It or Not panel has been going on for like 5 years. So when I did this 5 years ago, I never would have thought that it would still be going on now. It was only supposed to be a one-off, but it became the most popular panel on my platform. And you guys celebrate all 7 of us every single Monday night. We are the people that y'all tune into for y'all laughs. I've heard so many stories about how we have gotten a lot of y'all through y'all days, y'all bad days, made y'all laugh when y'all didn't really want to laugh. And I must say that we have a great dynamic with this cast. And I know that we only switched the cast maybe once or twice, because y'all know the original cast was myself, T, Ya, JoJo, Bundy, Jamie, Niecy, Jay Lee, and Alex. And then we had like Sakina pop in and out. And then after the first cast, Jamie, Niecy, Bundy, and Jay Lee, they went off to do the Ooh Ladies First panel. And then that's when we brought in Really B and Sakina. And ever since then, we've had a great dynamic. But then earlier this year, Josiah had this idea that Busy should be a main panelist on our platform. He was coming in as a guest, and not to mention he was doing his job. Like, he was an opposing opinion. He didn't, he had an unpopular opinion all the time, and he really worked well with all of us. And I already had a relationship with Busy anyway, so it worked out for the better. And the 7 of us are great together. I've met just about everybody on the cast. Me and Josiah are best friends. Me and Sakina are very close. Me and Yah are very close, and me and Really B are very close. I've met them all in person, and that's great. I'm mainly, but I'm always with Josiah all the time, so that's different. I haven't seen T yet in person, and I haven't seen Busy yet in person, but hopefully we make that happen very, very soon. Busy is planning on coming to Atlanta soon, and me and JoJo is also planning to come to DC soon, so hopefully we all get to hang out, but we just got to get T out the house. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Busy before we see T, but but either way it goes, I'm very happy with this panel, and I'm very glad that you guys are still supporting this panel after 5 years. But we'll talk more about that on tomorrow, which the panel will be on my platform on tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for it. Okay. So y'all know we get this thing started at the 5-minute mark. For those of my moderators, if you have the link to the Stylish TV platform, which is where the web series that I'm going to be a part of, the Scene ATL, will be airing on December the 9th. Make sure you guys are sharing that link throughout the time that we're up here, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the Braxtons. We got 48 people up in here so far. Y'all do know that the goal all the time is to hit 100 people with every single live that we do. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's open this thing up with Tamar. Now, we pick up where we left off from last week with Tamar. Now, Tamar pretty much feels like her sisters hate her, and she feels like it's too late, and she's tired of taking the brunt of the BS dealing with her and her sisters. Now, if you want me to be honest, as much as I don't care for Tamar, I don't like her at all. Y'all know where my stance has always been when it comes down to Tamar, but it doesn't really feel good when you feel like your family don't like you. When you feel like your family don't like you, it's never a good feeling. And when you feel like your own siblings just hate your ass, baby, that's not a good thing when you feel like your siblings hate you. Like, it's really not a good thing when you feel like they hate you. And at the moment you feel like they hate you, then you already know what you got to do. You already know that you got to cut their ass a loose. You got to be like, involved, give it up, turn it loose. Okay, that's what you got to do, because baby, there's no reason to stick around any type of family members that don't respect you or don't see you as any form of value. And my thing is, when it come down to Tamar, as much as I don't care for her attitude, and as much as I feel like she's a part of the issue, as much as I feel like she's a part of the issue, I just feel like whenever you feel like your family don't like you, and when you feel like your family hates you, and nothing that you do is good enough for them, it's about time to go no contact. And y'all know that I did a video just last week about starting my, my journey with no contact. You know what I mean? That's what I'm starting my journey with. And it's hard to go no contact with your family members as much as you love them and things like that. So, but sometimes those hard decisions that you're trying to make, you got to make them for yourself, and you got to make them for you. Because when you don't make them, when you continue to stick around in some bullshit that's really not going to do nothing but make you stink, that's all it's gonna be. So you got to choose you for you, and you got to do what you got to do for yourself. So if cutting off your family members is the best thing for you, then baby, I suggest it. Because like I said, I don't fuck with most of my immediate family on my paternal side of my family, and I'm absolutely fine with that, period. But somebody in the comments also made a great point, which is where I was gonna go with this. Now, Belicious 28, I hope I said your username right. It says, yeah, but you gotta wonder, why is that? She can't keep mistreating her sisters. I think they're sick of her behavior and how she treats them. And I, in fact, agree with that. I do. I do think that she does mistreat her sisters a lot. She does talk to them crazy. And I do think that most of them are sick of her behavior. When it comes down to Towanda, the popular thing to do is to hate on Towanda. Now, do I think that she's a thief? Yeah. Do I think she broke as hell? Yeah. Do I think that even though she don't like Tamar, she always coming to her to be her ATM? Absolutely. I believe all that shit. No lies. No lies will be told here. I believe every single morsel of that shit. I do. But I never ever joined that bandwagon of people that felt like, oh, she jealous of her, just because she don't fuck with her. You don't have to be jealous of a motherfucker not to fuck with them. And everybody always want to say, well, Towanda didn't do nothing with her career. Tamar is out here doing her thing. Who's going to a Towanda concert? Who's going to a Trina concert? I don't really believe that these girls are jealous of her. I just think that they don't fuck with her because she got a fucked up ass attitude. That could be a part of the reason. And I know that some of y'all are not gonna hear what I'm saying, but just because someone don't fuck with you, that don't mean that they're jealous. Now, do I think that Towanda is jealous of Tamar? I don't believe that she's jealous of Tamar. I'm sorry, but I don't. But do I think that she's a user? Absolutely. Towanda is definitely a user. She don't like Tamar, but she gonna use her for what she can get out of her. That's the type of time that Towanda is on. So I don't think that she's jealous of Tamar. Absolutely not. I don't think that at all. And y'all ain't gonna never drill that in my head that she is, because I don't believe it. However, I do think that she's sick of Tamar, her bullshit, and I do think that she's a user, she's a liar, she's a cheater, a deceiver, and a heartbreaker with a bald-headed ass. That's what I do believe. Okay. So yeah. And also, as I keep saying, none of these motherfuckers are victims in any of this. None of them are. Towanda is not a victim because she plays a big part in this. And Tony been a problem. I've been saying Tony is an issue. Trina is a follower, and Tamar is got a big fucking mouth with a nasty attitude. So it's definitely, everybody is a part of the issue. Everybody should take some form of accountability than anything. Jealous people use people. I don't think so. Some people are just flat out users. They're going to use whoever they want to use to get what they want and where they want to be. And it don't necessarily mean that they're jealous. They just users. Okay. I never thought of a person that's a user as a jealous person. But that's just me. I just never thought that. I just felt like they're just users. They don't know how to get it on their own and they can't get it on their own. So they try to get it the best way they know how. Um, let me see. Facts. I just went through this with my sister. I've never done anything to this woman and she just resents me. I'm done. And that's just the best thing. You just got to be done. Some people resent you and you ain't did a goddamn thing to them. Some people don't like you and you ain't did a damn thing to them. They don't like you because you. They don't like you because when it comes down to narcissistic family backgrounds and shit like that, the black sheep and the scapegoat is the person that they resent, because the black sheep and the scapegoat is the type of person that's going to call them out on their shit. That's pretty much what it's going to be. So yeah, absolutely. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, so going no contact with a parent is the hardest thing I ever had to do, and it's very much necessary. Yeah, sometimes it is. Like my mama don't talk to her mama at all. She don't talk to her mama, period. Long as I've been around my mama, I ain't never had no good relationship with her mama, and I definitely understand. I think Towanda resents Tamar for leaving their group to go solo, and also for how she went about getting the spinoff. According to Towanda, Tamar was moving funny and not being upfront about it. And to be quite honest, I would have a problem with that too, honestly. Like, we're supposed to be in business together, then why aren't you telling me that you're gonna go get a solo album? If we're in business together, how come you not telling us that you're getting a spinoff? That means that you was doing it behind our backs. Needless to say, ain't nothing wrong with you doing a solo album, and there's definitely nothing wrong with you getting a spinoff show of your own. But just tell us. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Where we at? Tamar is the issue. I'm from their area. 30 years back, she was toxic then, not allegedly, and I went to beauty school with Miss Evelyn. Ooh, okay. I've been binge watching Braxton Family Values, and I have a theory about this whole sisterhood. But let me tell you something, Jail Slayer. I would love for you to put your theory in this chat as I'm doing this review, because I'm definitely going to be putting comments on the screen as we do this review, okay? So let's continue on. So we're going to go ahead and get into Tony and Trina. Now they go shopping for office space, okay? And Trina is, a realtor. The music wasn't working for her. I don't think she got no bar anymore. So she's going into the real estate business. And, sometimes the work is honest. Sometimes you got to do an honest living because it pays the bills. And that's okay. Music is not her calling. But she went to go, go office shopping and things like office shopping. And as they're looking through Trina's phone, Tony sees Von's penis in the phone. And to be quite honest, I gotta be real with y'all. I barely want to see Von's face. The fuck make anybody think that his penis would want to be seen? That any of us would want to see his goddamn penis. I know I don't want to see his goddamn penis. I don't even want to see how his fucking face look, let alone the dick. Okay, I don't care enough to see that. I promise you, I don't. But okay, but according to Tony, it must have been a big piece. And most niggas like Von that I don't want to see they face, they got a big thing. So a lot of the times, that's all the fuck they got is some big, it's some big penis and some good sex because they ain't got shit else to offer. But anyway, so Trina says that Vaughn is just doing okay. And Tony was like, I don't think that's a good thing. Like, can you please elaborate on what's just okay? Because when someone says that a person is just okay, then that means that they're not really okay. So that is when Trina reveals that Vaughn has congestive heart failure. And then that is when Tony, was like, oh my God. So that means we got another person in our family that got heart issues. And I can honestly understand why that would be a thing when it come down to Tony, because their mother is dealing with heart issues as well. So I can only imagine how they feel in regards to that. But also Trina is very afraid because Von's mom also died from the exact same thing, which is congestive heart failure. So I definitely understand where the fear comes from at the end of the day, I definitely understand that, because if you're with a man and you love that man and you find out that he's sick like that and he got this going on, and then I'll then come to find out, when you find out more about his background, you realize that his mama died of the same thing. And so you may think that that's like some hereditary shit, like, oh my God, he got congestive heart failure, his mama died of the same thing. So it's kind of like, okay, what is this? So now I got to make sure that he's on his best, on his best foot forward and things like that. And, I get it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to take nothing away. But I just know for me in situations like that, when I find out that somebody that I love is sick, I try my best not to, go too deep into it. Not too deep into it, but, just get too afraid, because at the end of the day, I feel like being afraid and being so afraid and scared like that can kind of put way more stress on you than is intended. So, for me, I can only imagine what Trina's going through. And on top of that, you got a mama with heart issues, and then you got Tony who has lupus, and she can't get too upset because she'll get sick. So I definitely understand where she's coming from. Trina says that she loves being a realtor. She loves, finding homes for people, putting people in where they need to be and stuff like that. So, regardless of anything, at least she likes what she does. You feel what I'm saying? Like, at least she enjoys, being a realtor. Just like I enjoy being a YouTuber. Now, I don't enjoy working at I don't enjoy being a produce clerk at all. I don't enjoy doing that, but I enjoy doing YouTube. This is something that I could do for the rest of my life. As you can see, I'm 15 years in. Okay, 15 years in, accomplished, award winning, notable, all them things, honey. No matter what nobody say, I'm here. Okay, period. But yeah, it's just like it's good that she enjoys it and she finds some type of fulfillment from it. And here's the thing, I know y'all here for a review, y'all not here for no life stories, and this ain't what I'm gonna get y'all. But what I'm gonna say is this right here: having a job that fulfills you is everything, because you don't mind getting up early, you don't mind getting up too late, you don't mind staying too late, because the job fulfills you. And it ain't even about the money of it all, it's about the way it makes you feel when you do it. It's about how happy it makes you. When you're not happy at a goddamn job, you're gonna find everything to complain about. I complain at my job all the goddamn time because I hate it. I hate the people. I hate everything about it. So it's just like, I hate it. The only thing that I like about it is my manager. The lady that works in the deli, love her. The lady that works in the meat department, love her. And I see a lot of the Scotty gang at my job almost every day in Atlanta. So I love it. That's the only thing that I love about it. But the job itself, hate it. Hate it. Okay. Hate it. Anyway, the jail slayer got some points to make. Okay. So here we go. So the jail slayer says, I've been binge watching the original show, and I think the problem is Tony is the legend, and Tamar is and as always be the baby sister singing for tissue on the toilet. Okay, Tamar wants her sister to respect her art like they do Tony. I think the girls on Mama E respect Tony, and the other girls envy Tamar, what she's been able to bring and provide for the family. Okay. Without being the superstar, as much as I love Tamar's voice and hates her actions, one thing I can say about Tamar is that she's always been consistent with her behavior. Tamar displays all the imperfections with her, and the other girls learn that no matter what, you display a perfect persona no matter what. Let me see what Norris is saying. The Braxton sisters have health problems because of family drama, personal issues, and trauma. And here's the thing: if you're gonna get on a reality show about your family, don't get on a reality show pretending that your family is perfect. Because when you bring those cameras in that house, the layers start peeling off soon as you start getting on there pretending and faking and fronting. It's never a good idea to get on these shows and pretend like all this stuff is going on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, why get on a reality show about your family and pretend like y'all the Brady Bunch? That's why if somebody ever offered my paternal side of my family a reality show, I would never do it. Because I'm not gonna get on there and be fake. Because that's all the fuck they do is fake. My siblings, they fake, a lot of them be faking liking each other. They, a lot of them fake like aunties and shit. Like, I can't do the fake shit. I'm not doing it. And I'll be another Tracy Braxton on that goddamn show if they ever did one about me and my siblings and my family. Ain't no way in hell it'll work out for me. Ain't no way in hell it'll ever work out for me. I promise you. But don't get on these shows pretending like y'all family perfect, because that'd be the fucking issue. Pretending like shit perfect and it ain't. So let's continue on, y'all. So we get into Towanda and Sean. I don't know what it is about Sean, but I don't like him. And I haven't liked him since that season where they took that trip to Napa Valley, and it was like Vaughn and Tamar's boyfriend and Sean. They all tried to involve themselves in everything that was going on with the sisters and stuff like that. And it was saying that the sisters need to get together and the sisters need to do this and the sisters need to do that. And my thing is that they irritated me with that. And Sean was the main offender doing it. And I didn't like him then. So I don't know what it is about that man, but baby, I don't like him. I don't like that man at all. Okay. And I wasn't even reviewing the Braxtons back then. You know, I stopped reviewing the Braxtons after season 2. But I don't like that man. And I really can't put my finger on it. It's just something about him. I don't like him. I don't like that damn beard. I don't like the weight gain. I just don't like him. And I know it don't make no sense for me to be saying none of that, but I don't like him. I don't. But moving on, because I don't want to repeat myself too much. They're trying to figure out if Towanda would be healed by the wedding, but she really don't know. And for her sake, I will hope that she is healed by the wedding, because when you have your wedding, you don't be walking around with no cast on your arm. You want to be glamorous and fabulous and all of those type things. So you don't want to be walking around with no bullshit on your arm and shit. Like, who wants to do that? Let me see. Towanda says that she wants to hook Mama E up with somebody. And Sean says that he got somebody that he can hook Mama E up with. They call Mama E and they tell her that they got somebody that could escort her to the wedding. Mama E said that she wants to meet him before the wedding even happens, which is a good thing. So we get into Trina and Vaughn. Now, Trina's in the kitchen cooking. Vaughn is eating, and something falls on the ground. He picks it up and eat it. Okay. So now they're talking about their new diet choices and how they're going to change their diet up and how they're going to do things like that and eat better, eat cleaner, do what they need to do. And Trina says that she needs to talk to Vaughn about having a private conversation with his doctor, because she wants to know what was said. And Vaughn really feel like she don't need to know what was said in that conversation. But Trina, on the other hand, feels like she needs to know what was said in that conversation, because why are you hiding it from me, right? So he says, okay, I'm going to be honest then. I asked my doctor, was I going to die? My doctor said I need to let certain things go. Eat this, eat that. Don't eat this, don't eat that. That's the way I can live a longer life. And so, Trina was getting upset because she feels like, as a wife, she needs to know what's going on with her husband and his health. And that is not something that, he needs to hide from her or keep from her. And to be quite honest, I do think that you don't need to keep that from your wife. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being with somebody and they don't tell me everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. I really don't like that at all. And no, be real. Tell her what the fuck is going on. Like, if you feel like if you scared that you gonna die, honey, you need to tell your wife that you scared that you gonna fucking die. And that's not funny, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't like that. Like, I just don't like secrets, I'm like a baby face of the situation. I'm never keeping secrets and I'm never telling lies. I want to make it up to you. Like, I'm just saying, because I only want to be with you. I'm not going to sit up here and make up no fables or nothing like that, because ain't nobody got that kind of time. But all I'm saying is just keep it above, keep it 100, baby. Just keep it 100. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like, tell your wife what's wrong with you. Like, I know some people probably felt like Trina was doing the absolute most, but at the same time, I don't think that she was. I think that she had every right to feel the way that she did, because she's just a wife that's worried about her sick husband. And men, and I'm speaking like I'm not one, but you know how us men are. We like to say that everything's okay. And we know that it's not, because I'm a man that does that a lot. I'm a man that does that quite a bit. I always be like, my mama used to ask me when I was back home in Mississippi, my mama would know something wrong with me. And she'll be like, hey, what's wrong? None. She said, you a damn lie. I would piss my mama off lying to her face about what was wrong with me. But, that's how us men can be, child. So anyway, we get into Tony. Um, she gets denim fitted for Tawanda's wedding. He's getting ready to graduate from fashion school and stuff like that. And then her other son, Diesel, is graduating from Howard. And I think that life and time really goes by fast, because I remember when she had Diesel and denim, I was young. Like, I had to be in middle school when she had them kids. Then she had them kids. I know she was pregnant with one of her sons during the whole era. What album she had out? More Than a Woman. She had that song, Hit the Freeway. She had that song. That was out like 2002. So I was like, what, 13 when that song came out. So I know that she was pregnant then, but I don't know if she was also pregnant around the time she came out with He Wasn't Man Enough or something like that. Because I know she had Denim and Diesel around the time I was in middle school. So to hear them graduated from college and shit like that, I'm like, God damn, I'm old. You feel what I'm saying? Like, God damn, I'm old. Toni Braxton been around. And I didn't realize that Toni Braxton was damn near 60. You know how is this how y'all are? And I'm talking about the older people in the world. Is this how y'all are when y'all get up in age? Because my mama sent me a picture earlier today of her at my age, which is 36. I holler when I saw that picture, because I used to think that my mama was so grown at 36. And here I am at 36 and don't feel grown at all. I still don't feel grown at this moment, and I'm paying bills and shit, going through financial hardships and all that other bullshit. But that's crazy. But shout out to Denim and Diesel for graduating from school. Okay. So we get back into Towanda and Sean. They go on a double date with Mr. Lyric and Miss E. Okay. Lyric grew up in New York, and we come to find out that Evelyn is from South Carolina, but she moved to Maryland. So Miss E and Lyric, they're enjoying each other's company, and Lyric says that he wasn't invited to the wedding. But because he wasn't invited to the wedding, Miss Evelyn asked him to escort her to the wedding, and he said that he would. So my thing is, okay, Mr. Lyric, he ain't half bad on the eyes either. So go ahead, Mr. Lyric. But my thing is, if you ride bikes with Mr. Lyric every day, why you didn't invite him to your wedding, Sean? That's weird. You ride bikes with this nigga every day and he wasn't invited to your goddamn wedding. Yeah, that's kind of weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just found that to be weird. That's all I'm saying. Because if I'm riding bikes with a motherfucker every day, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to be invited to my goddamn wedding. I mean, I'm just saying, I just thought that was kind of weird. But then again, I think Sean weird anyway, and I don't like Sean. So I really need to quit while I'm ahead, don't it? I don't like that nigga at all. But anyway, moving on, we get it to Tamar. Now, she meets with like her counselor or whatever, right? And they talk about Tamar being disinvited to Tawanda's wedding. And she says that it hurts her that she's not going to be there. But in the same breath, she feels like she was gaslit into believing that she was going to come when there was never any way or any intent on inviting her to this wedding to begin with. To be honest, y'all, and I'm really being for real, I don't believe that Tawan ever wanted Tamar to be at that goddamn wedding. I don't. Just being for real, I don't think that she ever really wanted that girl to be at her wedding, and that's her right, because she don't like Tamar. Shit, I ain't invite some of my siblings to my book release because I ain't want them there. But my thing is, Tamar's hurt, which no matter, I just feel like, because I can be the same way. Like, no matter how mad I am with my siblings, I still want to be there for some of your biggest moments. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, I would love to be there, although I can't stand you right now. I would love to be there, but it's just sad. And I get where she coming from with that. Why I feel like you was calling my name. Here he go, child. um, she says that she wants to do a Braxton's family retreat. Now, at this particular moment, a retreat really ain't necessary. A retreat ain't necessary. How many more retreats are y'all gonna do? How many group sessions for therapy are y'all gonna do? Because it never works out. So y'all ain't gotta really have no relationship. Y'all just gotta learn how to be cordial. I mean, that's the way that I look at it, to be honest. And no. Let me see. Well, you come ready to fight and acting a fool at dinner and it gets physical. I wouldn't want her there either. But to be honest, though, and I do agree with what you're saying. But to be honest, even before that incident ever happened, I don't think that Towanda wanted her to be at that wedding. I believe she didn't want her there, and she needed to create a situation so there could be discord. So that can be the reason why she's not invited. They only do retreats in therapy for the cameras, not for real life, and that's the problem. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's like she wants to. What the therapist asked her is like, do you want an amicable relationship or a family relationship? And she says that she's fine with the first, but she really wants the second thing. And she says that the sister relationship has changed. When they was growing up, they was really, really close. They was even close as young adults. But as they got older, things have changed and they're no longer close anymore. And there's so much rigmarole going on in their relationship. But I think a lot of the rigmarole that's going on in y'all relationship are things that y'all are not being, none of y'all are being honest about. And on top of that, I think that a lot of people feel like, and Lyric is saying it right now in the comments, but I know a lot of people feel like the show is what broke them up. But I honestly feel like what happened, I really feel like there were issues before the show, and the show didn't do anything but open up those wounds. So I know it's easy for us to say, well, the show made the relationship different or whatever. I know it's easy for us to say that, but I really believe that they've been having issues, but that show just made it more noticeable for everybody else to see. But that's just my opinion. Let me see where we at. So Trina, she's showing the house to Faison Love. He said yes. That the bridesmaids asked Towanda about the cast on her arm. Then she says that she got to keep the cast on, but then she surprises them when she takes the cast off. Denim graduates. Oh my God, that's lovely, beautiful. And then with Towanda, they were having a wedding rehearsal, and that was pretty much just to that. So nothing really happened on this episode of the Braxtons. Let's keep it real. But you know, it was watchable. Like, it wasn't so bad, but it really wasn't like all that and then some. You feel what I'm saying? But that's pretty much my review on the Braxtons. It's already 2 days late because of everything that I had going on this weekend. But that's all, and that's it. I gotta watch Love and Marriage Transville, and I go live on it at 8:30. So be on the lookout for that. Instead of doing Potomac tonight after the show, I'm gonna do Potomac tomorrow. Because they're here doing confessionals and shit. So I don't really have the time or the I have the privacy, but you know, I can't be as loud as I want to be because they're doing confessionals. So I'm gonna do Potomac on tomorrow morning at 10. If not, I'm gonna push that motherfucker back to noon. Okay, but it more than likely it's gonna be at 10 because I'm watching on Peacock in the morning. But anyway, I will see you guys at 8:30 for Love and Marriage Transville, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Things I wanna do to you. Try to hide deep in between those thighs. Ain't too proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for what I need. If it's good loving that you want, you can get it all from me. Ain't too proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for what I need. Good